So today I'm going to be talking to you about the future of crime in NFTs. So we're going to go a little bit broader than just financial crime. And I'm Tara, I'm head of technical crypto advisory, which is a funny sounding title. I'm basically our chief nerd at Elliptic, which is a crypto compliance company basically fighting the bad guys who are trying to use crypto for all sorts of criminal purposes, which is why I'm here to talk today about crime. But before we talk about the future of crime, it just makes sense to take a quick tour of the current state of crime. Now, the headline here really is that whilst there's so many articles you see about NFT crime, actually, proportionally, it's a really small part of all NFT activity. So when we look at illicit funds that have been laundered, actually only 8 million has been laundered through NFT platforms like OpenSea. Now, 8 million might sound fairly big. That's 0.02% of NFT trading volume. Now, a slightly larger figure is 328.6 million, and that's the funds which have originated from obfuscation services like mixers. Now, this is slightly higher risk, but it is worth saying that not everything that originates from a mixer is illicit. There's lots of legitimate use cases from using a mixer, but it is slightly higher risk when we think about crime vectors. But the number really, I think, to dig into here is that 300K. That is the average amount that criminals net from NFT scams when we look to the period of July 21 to 22. So it's a pretty big income if you're a scammer, and certainly one of the reasons that's drawing criminals to the NFT space. So what are they stealing? Well, Bored Apes, perhaps unsurprisingly. There was 167 Bored Apes stolen between the year period we looked at, which represents around about 1.7% of the collection. But what's interesting, actually, is when you look at the latter part of the data set, it wasn't the blue chips that were being stolen. It was much more of the smaller collections, the up-and-coming collections. And that's because a lot of the blue chip holders just hodl during crypto winter. So the chance that they're interacting with potentially nefarious things drops down. And how are they getting stolen? Well, it's phishing. It's the time-tested method, that email that drops into your inbox telling you to verify your wallet, or it's a text that's purporting to be from MetaMask. So phishing is out and out the top way that assets are being stolen. But there's a whole load of other ways that crypto is being stolen, and I don't have time to go through them all, so I'm just going to pick one or two. Now, social media compromise is absolutely key. And it'll probably come as no surprise, but Discord is a hotbed for scammers. They're in there posting links, trying to get you to click on them, but admin credentials are the really hot one at the moment. And when you look at dark web activity, there's an increase in malware as a service, which is targeting social groups like Discord. So we're certainly going to see a growth there. If you have a Discord community for your project, you really want to make sure you're locking down those credentials and you're throwing out those scammers, because Discord is where they want to go. One that maybe people are less familiar with is Trojan horse NFTs. So these are airdropped to you, you kind of surprise into your wallet, great, I got something free. Well, actually, what's in that NFT could be really dangerous. Sometimes it's just a link sending you to a phishing site. Other times, you'll try and interact with it, and it will pop up with a message to sign. Now, if you look at the details of the metadata, it's probably going to be a set approval for all. That is very dangerous. The moment you click that, they're going to wipe your wallet. But actually, what we're starting to see, and we found this on the dark web, was a POC where someone had put in the animation URL metadata a way to collect your IP address. So the moment you interacted with it, they were getting your location. Now, this shows growing sophistication from actors who are going to use airdropping to try and steal your data or get information from you. But let's talk about the future. So I'm going to reveal some information here, which is looking at the future trends that criminals will use. I'm very much hoping we haven't had any NFT criminals sneak in, because what I'm about to tell you is basically a blueprint for if you want to be a scammer. So please use your NFT powers for good here. What I think we're going to start seeing more of, firstly, is deepfake social engineering. We've all seen the rise of video editing software, and what we have at the moment with phishing is just an email pretending to be from your boss, but what we'll start to see is more sophisticated video-based phishing. So again, it could be your boss coming in to a Discord channel, posting a video saying they need you to do something. It could be a DM purporting to be from a crypto celebrity saying, hey, I'm involved in this project, look into it more. And certainly when we have Instagram, TikTok, all these video-based platforms, deepfake social engineering is going to be a growing one. Augmented reality hacks is something I'm very conscious of. I rarely go around scanning QR codes because I think this is such a crime vector. So in this, it's really growing on the kind of growth of the metaverse, where we're getting used to having NFTs embedded in the world around us, very often few QR codes. But what we're going to see is criminals embedding malware, nefarious links within those QR codes. So when you scan them, you're going to find your wallet is drained or some other illicit activity starts happening. Next is NFT extortion. And this, I think, is a big one, actually, for this conference. There's a lot of people going around really proudly displaying the NFTs that they own. That's great. That's really cool you own a CryptoPunk. But you're also advertising to everyone around you that you own an asset worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. You wouldn't go around with your bank balance written on your t-shirt, and I think we do have to be a little bit more aware that there are crypto criminals who will look at extortion. We've seen a fairly small number of crypto kidnappings within the space. Predominantly, it's been the kind of exchanges and the marketplaces and the personnel there. But I think we're going to start to see potentially more extortion and kidnappings happening in the NFT space. Sorry if I've got you worried at this point. There's more, though. So digital identity theft, I think, is going to be a growing trend. So this is where your NFTs are not only stolen, but instead of just flipping them by sending them to a marketplace, someone is going to keep hold of them, and they're going to look to impersonate you online. Now, this becomes more impactful when we start to have more of our digital selves online, our avatars, our metaverse selves. Wallet tainting is a really interesting one. It's basically trolling in Web3. So if you were around when Tornado Cash got sanctioned, there were a lot of people who were dusted, so small amounts of crypto sent to their wallet to give them a connection with a sanctioned party. Wallet tainting is going to start going further, where you're airdropped potentially racist, homophobic, terrorism-related NFTs to taint your personal persona. I certainly know if someone sent me a Bitcoin Cash-related NFT, I'd have to burn my address. The next one is looking at a site typology shift, and that's slow play scams. A lot of the criminal activity we see at the moment is very fast-paced. Exploit, they take the money, they get some NFTs, they flip them. But I think we're going to see now many more scams start building up a big community, months, if not years of a community, and then they're going to rug you. Now, this isn't unprecedented. So Thodex was an exchange way back years ago. They managed to get $2.5 billion of activity on the exchange by operating it for months, and then they rugged everyone. So the communities that you're part of, hopefully they're legit, but I do think we're going to start seeing more slow play scams that really flip the model. So how can you stay safe? Because I've given you a load of worrying information. Well, firstly, using well-known and security-audited dApps. Listen, it's no silver bullet. We all saw SushiSwap got exploited just this week, but it definitely makes you a little bit safer. Avoiding FOMO can be hard, but do your own research. Try and make sure that you're not just going to ape into something because it's come up. A big one, segregating NFTs into different wallets and key storage options can be really key. It means if you do get compromised, it's potentially going to be mitigated because not everything is stolen. Checking and rechecking URLs. There is a lot of phishing out there, as I've said. So making sure that just because like an Instagram account, a Twitter account has posted about great new airdrop, which is a surprise, listen, if they're not saying that on their other platforms, there's a chance they're being compromised. So really key to check, recheck, don't always need to move at 100 miles an hour. And the big one really is that, remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Crypto is a mad place where you can literally be offered free money, But you do need to apply a little bit of common sense and thinking. If someone is offering you something for free, just take that extra moment to figure out whether it could be a scam. And so really, if you're a crypto business, if you're a crypto project, and you want to find out how to keep yourself safe, your community safe, then definitely come talk to me. The good news is there are solutions out there for quite a lot of this crime, and there's certainly going to be more solutions built. And if you want to know exactly what's happening in the world of crypto crime, or the kind of latest innovations that criminals are using, then have a look on Elliptic Connect, and again, hit me up. Always happy to talk about crypto crime, because I think it's really important that as we, the builders in this space, we're the ones that need to keep out those bad actors, because otherwise the people coming into the space, the newbies, etc., they're just going to be too scared because they get their assets stolen. So making sure that we're creating a safe environment, throwing out those hackers, will eventually create an even more powerful and exciting Web3 space. So thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed today. I'm Tara Annison.